In Persona 5 Royal, Mementos served as a side dungeon for the game. In Persona 3 Reload, the primary missions are carried out in the dungeon Tartarus. Tartarus itself is nothing new to the game, but there are plenty of features added in Reload to make the journey a bit easier. It can be debated whether or not these changes elevate Tartarus above Mementos, but it's still worth comparing. I'm Will from Game Rant, and today we're talking about 6 things Tartarus does better than Mementos in Persona 3 Reload. Number 6. More room to run around. For Persona 5 players, Mementos was easy to navigate thanks to the Monobus. However, it still didn't supply room to really move around and explore, instead moving along rails to find the next platform. Tartarus would end up similarly designed to Mementos with ever-changing floors, treasure chests, and enemies. However, Tartarus would open things up and give players more room to operate and sneak up on enemies. Number 5. Fortunes from the Fortune Teller. Run modifiers existed back in the original Persona 5, but there were definitely fewer options than Persona 3 Reload's fortunes. Joker could craft treasure traps, which increased the amount of treasure demons that could spawn, but that would take up time during the day. In Persona 3 Reload, the player can travel to Club Escapade and speak with the fortune teller to purchase various modifiers. These modifiers, or fortunes, also had a lot more variety than the infiltration tools and didn't waste evening time to obtain. The downside of them is that they only work the day that they were purchased, so make sure you buy them before a run. Number 4. The clock in Tartarus. There isn't a way to fully restore HP and SP and Mementos until the very end, when Joker can speak to Caroline and restore these for free. This can add a lot of difficulty to exploring, as auto recover can quickly burn through SP. For Tartarus, there is a clock right by the entrance which can fully restore HP and SP for the cost of 7 Twilight Fragments. This clock can also spawn on random floors in Tartarus. The downside is the cost, however, as Twilight Fragments are not easy to come by and are extremely valuable. But in a pinch, the clock is definitely a boon. Number 3. The Great Clock of Tartarus. In Persona 5 Royal, once a confidant is fully leveled up, they gain a perk that lets backup party members gain experience without taking part in a battle. This is a great feature, but is only truly useful in late game or in New Game Plus, since it requires a max level confidant. Meanwhile, in Tartarus, there is a great clock on the higher floors that spawns near the stairs. Said clock allows players to choose 2 characters to be leveled up to match the main character completely for free. This is a great mechanic, especially for a new playthrough, with the only drawback being the 2-character limit. Number 2. Monad Doors and Passages. Mementos had several missions where the Phantom Thieves would battle a powerful shadow that was causing trouble in the real world. These shadows would essentially be mini-bosses that were completely isolated to missions. If there wasn't a mission to take care of them, they wouldn't spawn. In Reload, Tartarus has Monad Doors and Monad Passages. These doors would house extra powerful enemies and rare loot, and would appear randomly before disappearing. The passages would typically spawn before the next section of Tartarus, would house 3 mini-bosses, and would not disappear on subsequent visits. Number 1. Shuffle Time. Shuffle Time was a mechanic in Personas 3 and 4, but was skipped over in Persona 5 and Royal. In Persona 5, the player had the ability to interrogate shadows, but that was only triggered by downing weaker shadows. These interrogations were also tied to the confidant system, meaning that the shadow would come back stronger if these were not leveled up enough. Persona 3 Reload brings back Shuffle Time, but it only triggers when a battle ends in an all-out attack or if they defeated shadows in the monad areas. Shuffle Time allows for players to pick from various tarot cards that gain different bonuses. Some are new personas, some enhance combat ability and loot, and some affect how many cards you can pick up from Shuffle Time. If possible, it's highly recommended to get Shuffle Time as much as possible. That was our list of 6 things Tartarus does better than Mementos. For more games and articles like this, remember to drop by GameRant.com. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.